Well, they were supposed to be there at 5 o'clock. And there it was, 6:30. The baby's starving. I'm out of diapers. Collier finally went to the store when they roll up completely oblivious to the time and everything else.
Honey, you just have to set some rules.
I know it.
Kelly and Ajani aren't bad kids. They're just kids.
They need to grow up. Collier and I talked about it. We've just got to set some limits and not be so available to them.
You guys stay out here. But you're babysitting this afternoon.
I know, because I'd already told her that I would. But then that's it. I'm busy the weekend. We got to chaperone Davis's dance, and then Saturday night we got to... What?
You and Collier chaperoning a high school dance?
Yeah.
The stuff you guys pulled at our dances, you were like one step away from terrorism.
Well, we spiked the punch a couple of times. Big deal.
I have 2 words for you. Cherry bomb.
Yeah, I got 3 for you. Don't tell Davis.
He actually wants you guys to do this?
Yeah, he asked us to do it. I think we've been with the baby so much that he kind of misses us.
That's one strange kid. Can you imagine either one of us wanting our parents to be chaperones?
No, but then we're so much cooler than our parents ever were, aren't we?
Hello?
I'll get that.
Hey, Ma.
Renee Jackson?
Nope, but she lives here. Bring them on in. Put them right over there. Wow, aren't those beautiful?
Oh, wait, there's more.
Oh, I'll get that.
Y'all have a good day.
Yeah, you too. Thanks so much.
Flowers.
And a present.
Wow.
Now, I know it's not your birthday.
No, it's not.
Must be from Raleigh.
Or not. The ball is in your court. Turk.
Well, here come the judge. Here come the judge.
A flat basketball.
What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. Is he trying to tell me that the air has gone out of my relationship with Riley?
Or that maybe out of something dead, something beautiful between the two of you might grow?
No. He's just a smart ass. He's just trying to give me crap about being with a jock.
You were married to the jock.
For 2 days. He has got some nerve considering the girl he was with the other night was maybe 22. It was pathetic. What am I supposed to do with this?
Well, he did say the ball is in your court.
Then let the games begin.
Any day now, I will hear you say goodbye, my love, and you'll be on your way. Then my wild, beautiful bird, you will love flow. It's easy now. I'll be all alone.
Morning, Lakeisha.
Oh, morning.
Where is everybody?
Stacy and Carrie are in court. Joe's got a depot in Bessemer, and your 10 o'clock's early, so I'll put him in the conference room.
Did you get my message?
I'm on it. I've got 6 baby catalogs on their way by fax. Is someone pregnant?
No, and that's how rumors get started.
A baby shower.
It's a joke, Lakeisha.
On who?
None of your business. Call Judge Reynolds. I need to
Mrs. Jackson,
reschedule.
I know I'm early, but I really need to see you.
Sir.
Please. I'm about to go kill my father. It's okay. It's okay. He's already dead. It's just... I always wanted to go kill some bitch myself. My father beat my mother, so we'd move. He'd track us down. When I was 17, he and I had it out. He stopped coming around after that. But my mom, she's always looking over her shoulder. She died about 5 years ago.
And your father died yesterday.
Finally, some good news.
Is this about his estate?
Hell no. I don't want anything from him. He's trying to be buried next to my mother. And even if I have to lay down in that grave myself, that ain't gonna happen.
Your father purchased the plot next to your mother's?
Bastard.
Were they divorced?
When I was 8.
Have you been in contact with him?
Night I kicked his ass last time I saw him. And my mom, she told me once she wasn't afraid of dying anymore, because she'd finally know that she was safe. He couldn't hurt her ever again. And he's not going to either.
If your father purchased that plot legally, I don't think there's anything you can do about it.
There's gotta be. The funeral's supposed to be tomorrow.
Mr. Carvin...
He tortured her whole life. He is not going to torture her for all of eternity.
I understand how upsetting this must be, but I think you need to speak to a contract attorney. I specialize in civil rights.
You telling me the dead don't have any civil rights?
Do you think I want to tell you no?
Then say yes.
I promised Davis 2 weeks ago. Why not get a Johnny's parents to babysit?
They are out of town.
How about one of your friends?
Mom, they're all gonna be at the party. Tracy and Jill, Hannah, everybody is coming into town this weekend. It's the first time we'll be together since graduation.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kel. You and a Johnny will just have to take turns going to the party.
Yeah, that'd be a lot of fun.
Well, this is the part of parenting I told you wasn't going to be any fun. The responsibility part.
Fine. Maybe we'll stick him out with us.
You know, if I thought that you would dare take a baby who has an ear infection to a keg party, I'm not even going to respond to that. You want a cookie?
No. Why are you doing this? Anybody can chaperone a stupid dance. Davis isn't going to care. What's the big deal?
The big deal is that I promised him I would.
Well, I'll just ask him for a favor.
No.
What about if you go to the dance and Daddy watches them?
No, Kelly.
Your grandma is being so mean. Yes, she is.
Well, Grandma's never mean to that little baby, is she?
Oh, no. Only Joyce Mama.
What time are you going to be back?
I will be back at 2 o'clock.
Well, you just make sure it's 2 and not 5 or 6.
And I will miss you very much. 2. Got it.
Good.
Good.
I need you to file a temporary restraining order on behalf of Dewey Carvin.
An injunction to prevent burial? I thought you said the contract was solid.
Looks that way.
Well, isn't it going to look that way 10 days from now?
Probably.
So what are we arguing?
The rights of the dead and the legal obligation society is under to protect its dead.
Well, you died. I mean, don't your rights pretty much die too?
What about moral obligation?
Well, we have customs and rituals more for us and the dead, but that's not under the law.
You know what they say, when you can't argue the law, argue the facts. And the fact is, we treat our dead with great respect. We don't just throw them away or put them out in the garage, do we? How would you feel if you had to be buried next to your greatest enemy for all eternity? Oh, that is perfect.
And you want the whole thing filled with flowers?
The whole thing filled with beautiful, beautiful flowers.
Well, let me just verify the address. These are going to a Mr.
No. Yep, you've got it right.
Okay, we'll get it out this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Did you just hand him a $100 bill?
No, I gave him a 20. Made his day. Gotta go.
Renee!
What? Oh, thank you.
Why are you so flustered?
I just saw Teresa, and I think, I don't know, but I think...
What?
You gotta have to see for yourself. Come on. Look, she's kissing a girl.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
Hi, Teresa.
Hi, Mama. Bonnie and I are just studying.
Are you two spying on Teresa?
No.
Mary Elizabeth, how many times have I told you not to do that?
Mama, she...
But what? Teresa, Bonnie, would you care for something cool to drink? Oh, my God.
My dad found out he had a cow. Started hollering about hippies and how everybody with long hair hates America. He made Teresa cry. It was great.
I can't believe you thought she was kissing a girl.
Yeah, well, his hair was longer than Teresa's. And speaking of hair, can I please come in?
You gotta be honest with me, okay, Emmy?
Well, I have to see it first.
Come on in. Well?
I don't know, Renee.
What?
I just don't know if it's you, that's all.
Renee Jackson, what have you done to your hair?
Your beautiful hair. Oh, my Lord, look at it.
Mary Elizabeth, I think you better go. Where's your beautiful hair? The hair that I worked hours on because you wouldn't set foot outside without beautiful straight hair.
It's a statement.
A statement of what? That you're a heathen?
It's a political statement. I'm joining the revolution. The Black Power Revolution.
Not with that hair.
We are not flirting. I just like giving him a hard time. He's so cocky and full of himself, and he's the same way behind the bench.
I can hardly wait to see what shows up on your doorstep tomorrow.
I don't think you can top that baby carriage, personally. I doubt I'll ever hear from him again.
Oh, you'll hear from him. Do you have anything good to eat? Do I look like a rabbit? So, what if he asks you out?
He's not going to ask me out. I'm over 30 and I have a mind.
Has he ever been married?
I doubt it. The man is too in love with himself. You going to stay for dinner?
No, Kaya's waiting for me.
When you talk to Kelly, just tell her I'm available to babysit on Friday night.
You changed your plan so she could go to a party?
Really, I don't mind.
Renee, what about setting limits? Not being so available? Come on, we talked about this. Unless it's an emergency. No more rescues.
I just couldn't stand to see her cry, Shug.
Collier, we agreed. They've got to stop depending on us.
But this is a big weekend for them. All her buddies are home.
Collier, please. Please. Our daughter has got to grow up. And so does the Johnny. They will be fine. Trust me.
Yeah.
Where's Mom?
Good morning, Kelly.
Where is she?
What do you want her for?
Well, it was her idea to call me, right?
I called you.
Why?
You and Johnny are going to miss a lot of parties in your life, so you might as well get used to
We
it.
haven't missed out already. We know that, Daddy.
I'm sorry, Kel.
Is this because of the other night? Because we were late? Because I have apologized 50 times already.
Wake up. Your son is your responsibility, not ours. Get that through your head.
Wow.
Aren't they beautiful?
Yeah, I love orchids.
Oh, they are so elegant.
Didn't anything else come with them?
Nope, just the card. Anybody interesting?
I don't know.
That means yes.
You sure nothing else came with them?
Excuse me?
Jim Matthews.
Hey, Jackson, how are you?
I'm good.
Man, it's been a long time.
Well, I'm not handling too many probate issues these days, which tells me that you are representing the estate on the Dewey Carvin case.
That'll be the one. Unless you want to just let the poor man be buried, we're going to be toe-to-toe in the courtroom.
So you're going to fight me on the injunction?
Do you know Mr. Carvin was Jewish?
No.
Well, according to Jewish law, he has to be buried by sundown tomorrow.
He wasn't Jewish, we were Baptists.
He converted 3 years ago. His rabbi is willing to testify. The judge won't have a choice.
Look, I don't care what he is or where he's buried. Just as long as it's not next to Wanda Carvin.
The contract is solid, Dewey. We don't have a legal precedent to argue.
And what does that mean?
It means we're going to lose.
Are you just gonna give up?
No, I'm not. But you have to be realistic. You may want to consider moving your mother.
Never. Never. My mother is dead. She's not running anymore.
You can run, but you can't hide, Mary Elizabeth.
Who's hiding?
After I saw Teresa and her boyfriend, this was all I could think about all day.
Oops. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. What'd your mom say about your hair?
We're still fighting about it. She just doesn't get it. I was gonna do some work, but I guess I'll just go on home.
You don't mind?
I'll see you later.
Now, where were we?
I shouldn't have kicked her out.
You didn't. She offered to leave.
Yeah, I know, but she's the one with important work to do, the work of the revolution. We're just making out.
That's important too, Mary Louise.
Yeah, I know, but only to you and me. I mean, what Renee's doing could change the world. She's so committed.
Yeah.
She even changed her hair.
Yeah.
I have to go.
What? What?
I don't want to miss the revolution, Collier. I mean, even Teresa's got herself a hippie. And what do we got? Making out at Port Dixie.
What is wrong with that?
We got plenty of time to make out. I mean, the revolution isn't going to be around forever.
Well, it's going to be here tomorrow, right? Come on, we can start then.
Will you just please trust me on this?
I don't want you guys to join my revolution.
Why not?
You're white. This is about black power.
Well, makes sense to me. Let's go, Mary Elizabeth.
I thought it was about equality and freedom.
And our plans to take it from the white establishment.
And we better go now so she can make her plans, Mary.
You think that Collier and I are the white establishment?
Yes, even if you don't want to be.
Whites can be against the establishment too, Renee. Y'all aren't the only ones who wear stupid hairdos in protest. I mean, look at Teresa's boyfriend.
So you think my hair is stupid?
No, she was admiring your hair at Port Dixie, didn't you? Hey, why don't we go back?
What I said was that you were so committed that you even changed your hair, which I don't have to do to show my commitment.
To what, making out? Collier's right. Go back to Port Dixie. I don't want to bother you with my stupid hair anymore.
Fine.
Fine.
Come on.
Yeah, it's me. Okay, we're coming.
Hey.
Oops, sorry. Am I interrupting something?
No, not really. We were just kind of rewarding ourselves for not giving in to Kelly today. Oh, you would have been so proud of us.
I heard she hit you up, too.
And my mother.
What?
Mama's got church on Friday, so she couldn't do it, but Kelly called her this afternoon.
Oh, she is out of control.
Wonder where she gets that from. I'm gonna make a beer run, Suge. You want anything?
Yeah, we need some popcorn and some chips, barbecue flavor, and pick me up some of that good brownie mix.
Is that all?
If you prefer, I could go back to cigarettes.
No.
Orchids. He sent me a huge bunch of orchids.
And?
Just orchids.
What does it mean?
I don't know, and that's exactly what he wants.
What, to confuse you?
The most beautiful bunch of orchids in an exotic, gorgeous vase. And the only thing the card says is Turk. What the hell is that supposed to mean?
I think he's flirting with you.
No, I think he's trying to play me.
Are you going to play back?
I don't know. I'm going to see him tomorrow.
You are? Where?
Good afternoon, Mr. Matthews. Ms. Jackson.
Judge Tehune?
In the matter of Carvin versus Carvin, I've read the complaint. What is the position of the estate?
Your Honor, for hundreds of years, courts have recognized parties' freedom to contract. The contract before the court is valid. And even if Mr. Carvin did commit egregious acts during his life, he cannot hurt his ex-wife anymore. Frankly, our concern must be with the intent of the contracting parties and not with the desires of the surviving son who was not a party to the contract before us.
Ms. Jackson, what can you add?
Your Honor, we don't know what happens when we die. Everyone has different beliefs about our spirit and the body that houses it. Some people burn that body and scatter the ashes. Others bury it in a pine box. Whatever the ritual, the ability to choose makes us human. Wanda Carvin died at peace because she was finally free from her ex-husband. She signed a contract with Rose Hill Cemetery to ensure that peace. It is now their responsibility to see that that contractual obligation is fulfilled. Mr. Matthews claims that Wanda Carvin can't be hurt anymore. But if the court allows Mr. Carvin's burial beside his ex-wife, whom he abused brutally through most of her life, that peace will be shattered in spirit as well as the letter of the law.
All right, thank you. Because of the urgency required in this case, I will take this matter under advisement and issue a written order by the end of the day. This court is adjourned. Miss Jackson, would you please step up here? So did you like the orchids?
They were very beautiful.
Good. Because here's the thing, Renee. This is going to be a wonderful ride. All you need to do is decide if you're going to get on board and enjoy it.
Morning, Lakeisha.
Oh, morning, boss. Dewey Carvin called 3 times. He sounds real upset about the verdict. And Mrs. Sims just called. She's going to be about a half hour late for your lunch. And this arrived this morning. Are you going to let me in on what's going on?
Lakeisha, I thought I knew, but now I haven't got a clue.
No offense, but your friend has awful taste. We used to drink that crap in college when we couldn't even afford the cheap stuff.
Drowning your sorrows over yesterday's defeat, Jackson? Nice decade.
You come here to gloat? I thought I'd seen the last of you.
Oh, come now, Jackson. I know you can't get enough of me. Besides, I've got a really angry rabbi on my hands.
What are you talking about?
Talked to your client lately?
Sure, I spoke to him last night when I told him that we lost the case.
After my inspired victory, someone snuck into the cemetery in the dead of night and filled his father's plot with cement. Know anybody with a motive?
Jackson Law Firm. Hi, how are you?
Do you have any proof?
Not yet. But I'll get it. Hope he's got you on retainer, Jackson, because he's going to need a lawyer. Be sure to let him know the cement has been removed. His father will be buried this afternoon.
You're in construction.
So?
So you obviously have access to large amounts of cement.
Other people can get cement.
Other people don't want to keep your father from being buried.
They got proof? Footprints? Tire tracks? Be tough to get a cement truck all the way up there.
They haven't found anything yet, but if they do, they can charge you with criminal trespassing, vandalism.
Can they put me in jail?
Probably not. It's a misdemeanor, but they can fine you.
Oh, I can pay a fine.
You know what, Dewey? You're stepping into criminal territory at this point, and I don't think that I can help you.
See that scar? Kind of looks like an iron, right? One night my father didn't like the way his shirts were done, so he grabbed a hot iron my mother was using and burned me so badly, she'd be sure to get it right the next time. Said the first time he burned her, it must not have sunk in. We left that night. It only took him 4 days to find us that time.
I'm sorry.
Look at this house. My mom wanted a nice place. But she wouldn't buy anything because we had to move in an hour if he found us. Guess I never got over that. Never bought anything myself.
Dewey, we lost the hearing. You're gonna have to let this go.
You never let us go.
I cannot believe you asked Mrs. Jackson to babysit just so you could go to some party.
It is not just some party. I thought you and Daddy would understand how important this is to us.
Look, you wanted to have this baby. Now you've got to take care of him.
You know, just because we are parents does not mean we're prisoners. You ever hear the expression, it takes a village?
Yes, I have, and that is absolutely correct. But it just so happens that this Friday night, the village is busy.
All right, fine. We're not going.
Honey, I understand how you feel. Really, I do. This is one of those hard parts of being a mother.
Yeah, well, there are a lot of hard parts.
Yes, there are. I remember when Bobby was about 8 months old, and your dad and I hadn't been out in ages, and we wanted to go out with a bunch of friends of ours and hear some music and go dancing, and we got Grandma to babysit. And then, at the last minute, she got the flu and couldn't. And I told your dad to go on and go, and so I stayed home. Well, that night when he came home, He was walking on air because B.B. King had strolled into the club and got up on the stage and started jamming. And then I don't know what got into your father, but he got up on the stage too. My husband and B.B. King right up there on the stage together. And I missed it. I cannot listen to a B.B. King record to this day without thinking, I missed the whole thing. I promise, Davis.
Davis will understand.
Yeah, Davis always understands.
Well, you see, it's no big deal.
Listen, Davis has been on the back burner for about a year now. Don't you think it's just about time that the village paid a little attention to him, too?
So that's it?
Cool.
Thanks, better.
Yes.
That's it, Spaz. I told you, if you don't get out of here, I'm gonna tell Daddy Renee was here yesterday.
Told you we should have gone to Port Dixie.
Yeah, well then I'll tell Daddy you have friends over. You're supposed to be grounded, Teresa.
My name's not Teresa, dummy. My new name is Sunflower.
Sunflower?
Freedom gave it to me.
Freedom. What is this stuff? It smells really funny.
That's incense, little man. It's part of the new world. It opens your mind, frees your soul, and lets you see what this evil government regime is trying to conceal from you.
Yeah, and it smells so pretty.
Yeah, like old dirty dishwater.
How does this stuff open your mind?
Give it a sec. It lets you cut through all that garbage the establishment feeds us and helps you realize a revolution is rising.
A revolution?
Yeah, man. It's time for change in this country to end this selfish war. How old are you, little man?
I'm 15.
Before too long, they'll want to put you on the front lines. You want to end up in Nam?
No, why?
That's why we're planning a rally for peace down at the park.
Well, we'll join your revolution, won't we, Collier?
Of course we will. I don't want to go to Vietnam.
They can't come. They're just babies.
We're not babies, Wildflower.
It's Sunflower, twerp.
Don't be negative, Sunflower. Everyone has to get involved. Young, old, rich, poor. Most important thing is to show we are all united. Yeah. United in peace and love.
Well, if they're gonna come, they can't embarrass me. Come on, let's get you two dressed. You two are precious, especially you, little Collier.
Teresa, these beads really are itchy.
Yeah, and I think I'm allergic to these stupid things.
I knew you were too unenlightened to get it.
Unenlightened, Wildflower. And if the revolution's all about peace, why do we have to wear the stupid stuff?
It's not about the way you dress. It's about keeping our young men out of a war we shouldn't be in. We gotta keep you out of the trenches, little man.
We gotta keep everyone out of the trenches.
Ah, you got it. This is our way of making a statement against the establishment.
That is exactly what Renee said.
Well, no, Renee's rally's all about black power.
We have to work together, black and white. Don't you see? We need to put aside our differences, compromise, and work together. I should meet this Renee.
Well, they don't want us.
Can you blame them? Let me talk to her. We'll work it out. They'll bring loads of support to the cause.
Loads of colored support.
Come on, Sunflower. Don't be that way. Don't you want to be a part of history?
Are you crazy? March with those people? I don't want to get some colored sweat all over my new dress.
And stay here. This negative energy is really bringing me down. Come on, guys.
Jackson Law Firm.
Hey, Lakeisha. Sorry I'm late for lunch.
That's all right, honey. I'm just finishing up.
Oh, breaking out the good stuff, huh? We celebrating?
Turk's latest gift.
Is he trying to suggest you have bad taste?
Not if he knows what's good for him.
Maybe he's just trying to throw you off the track.
Yeah, well, it's working.
So, what's your next move?
I haven't decided yet.
How about a great big old cheese log?
How about a cheese ball?
Well, that certainly makes a statement.
Or even better, a big old bottle of aspirin. You know, cheap wine kill a hangover.
Perfect.
As a matter of fact, I could use a couple of those aspirins right now. Between Turk and my client, I have got a huge headache.
I thought your case was dismissed.
Well, it was until my client decided to take matters into his own hands. He poured cement into his father's grave.
Points for originality. You can hardly blame the guy with that old bastard still trying to torment his poor mother.
Oh, she's dead. I mean, she has no idea.
Well, of course she does.
How do we know that? For all we know, we're all just rotting away in some old box for all eternity.
Are you trying to tell me that my son doesn't know when I come to see him?
I mean, that's not what I meant.
Well, what did you mean?
I didn't mean to upset you, number one, and I don't know what I believe. I mean, I don't know what happens to our body or our spirit or our soul.
Well, I do, and I'll be happy to share it with you.
Another time, maybe?
Yeah, I don't want to fight. Done nothing but fight with Kelly for days and trying to teach her a lesson, and when I should be just appreciating every minute I have with her and Emmett. Things slip away so easily, you know.
Does this mean you're thinking about babysitting for Kelly on Friday?
No, but there is such a thing as compromise.
Boss, Jim Matthews just called. You better get down to the funeral home.
I don't know what to say.
I'm sure in all that time you spent with the Yanks up in D.C., they taught you dead bodies just don't get up and walk away.
But how on earth?
Disappeared. Vanished into thin air. Convenient, being the evening of his burial and all.
Did anyone see anything?
Nothing out of the ordinary. But rest assured, Jackson, we'll find my client. And when we do, I'll be wanting to talk to yours.
Please, my new skirt got out of the closet for a couple hours.
I'd like to see out of that skirt for a couple hours.
Did you know that Davis was such a good dancer?
Of course. It's genetic. Remember our high school dances?
I think I prefer what we did after our high school dancing. You know, we could still bail on this whole thing and go over to Port Dixie.
Sounds tempting, Suge, but we should give the kids a chance to be their friends. I think we proved our point.
Well, we did kind of cut him off cold turkey. They wouldn't be asleep, would they? What time is it?
Don't wake Emmett. They're not home.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It's the most stupid, irresponsible thing that I ever heard of.
I'm sure there's got to be a logical explanation.
Oh, yes, there's a logical explanation, all right. They've taken that baby to the damn party. And I swear to God, I'm not moving from this spot until your daughter comes home and I hear what she has to say about it.
Shh, see? Mr. and Mrs. Sims, what are you guys doing here?
We thought we'd compromise. We left the dance early so you'd get a chance to see your friends.
Well, we were just,
Just what? You were just what? Tell me you were just coming back from the pharmacy. Or tell me that Emmett had a terrible fever and you've just come back from the emergency room. Tell me anything, but don't tell me that you just took a sick baby to a damn kegger. Well, Kelly.
Maybe we should discuss this in the morning, Suge.
Kelly? Kelly. I have been disappointed in you before and I've been angry with you before, but this is the first time I've ever been ashamed of you.
Mom.
I don't know if I'm ready to talk to you yet.
If you let me explain...
Explain what? How selfish you are?
I'm sorry.
Don't apologize to me. Apologize to your son. What the hell were you thinking?
I wasn't thinking. Everyone wanted to see the baby. We were all having a great time. And then kids started drinking and smoking. And my friends, they were talking about college and parties and boys. And I realized that my life is so different than theirs now. I looked at my baby, this beautiful, helpless miracle that we created. And he was surrounded by smoke. The music was so loud. He started to cry, and I just thought, what am I doing here? Who are these people? So we left. We brought him at home.
I see you got my message. The police are looking for you.
Yeah, they left this on the front door. I was out of town yesterday. I got my ticket and all to prove it.
Do you need an alibi?
Don't know. Do I?
Where's the body, Dewey?
Can't say I know what you're getting at, Miss Jackson.
Fine. In that case, you won't mind if the police search your house.
So you weren't anywhere in the vicinity of the Rose Hill Funeral Home yesterday?
Mr. Carvin has already provided documentation that he was in Atlanta on business yesterday.
Can you think of anyone else who would have wanted to do something like this to your father?
He stole lots of people money. Big gambling debts. Men like him don't ever change. I imagine there's lots of folks who'd like to see him hurt.
Will you supply us with a list of names?
Mr. Carvin hasn't spoken with his father in many years. I'm sure he has no idea of his father's affairs. Well, if there's nothing further, I believe you're done here.
No, I am.
I'll be in touch.
We gotta get in touch, Renee, all of us. It makes a stronger statement if we all stand together.
United for the common goal. United in peace and love.
Yeah, there's strength in numbers, Renee.
We could add a lot of kids to your cause.
I don't know.
Oh, come on, think of all the good we could do together.
You're right. We do need to work together. The more of us there are, the more they'll have to listen.
Right on. We're on the same wavelength. You know, you've got a really colorful aura. We should call you Rainbow.
I think I'll stick with Renee. Why don't you guys come in? We're almost ready.
What happened to the afro?
Mama said I'd be grounded until the war is over if I kept it. This way I still get to go to meetings. What's with the clothes?
It's a long story. Hey, let's go inside. What do you hear the son Collier wrote?
I've been thinking about us, you know, all coming together here and all and how we all want to make a statement. So I wrote this song, and here it goes. Hey, hey, LBJ, how many kids you killed today? The stars won't shine, the birds can't sing till we get out of this awful thing. Hey, hey, LBJ, how many kids you killed today? You take our boards, black and white, but say to you that we won't fight. Hey, hey, LBJ, how many kids you killed today? We're standing tall, you've got to know. Hell no, Johnson, we won't go. Hell no, 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 we won't go.
No, I am not going.
Well, honey, you don't have to swear off all social engagements forever. It's just dinner. Your friends are going back to school tomorrow.
I'll make dinner for him if you want to go, Kel.
No, I have nothing in common with them anymore.
Of course you do.
Daddy, I'm worried about ear infections, and they're worried about what sorority they're gonna rush. So, you guys wanna stay for a little while?
Well, I'm having dinner with Renee, actually.
Who's that there?
I guess I can stay a little while. I guess I could.
stop looking, you know.
Let him look.
There's no reason for you to go to jail over this, Dewey.
I'm not going to jail.
You gonna tell them where the body is?
Can't do that. There is no body. Not anymore. Guess it's about time to change that thing. No body. No evidence. No evidence. No crime. You want to watch?
Excuse me?
Ashes to ashes.
Oh my God.
Dust to dust.
Oh, no, Dewey, wait!
He used his father's ashes as cat litter?
Before I knew what was happening, he flushed him down the toilet.
You mean he paid a guy to steal the body from the funeral home and then cremate it? Oh, the old son of a bitch got exactly what he deserved, if you ask me.
It's amazing what you can buy for $1,000.
Remind me not to use that funeral home.
I got something to show you.
All right. That's a very big fish.
It's my turn in the game.
What?
Turk, he sent me this.
Well, it looks like he sent you a whole bakery.
I know, it's crazy. He sent me a jug of wine, loaves of bread.
What?
Oh.
I did that. Mark, I am. It's the Peruvian.
A jug of wine, loaves of bread, and thou.
Oh, honey. He wants you. He wants you bad.
And to think I almost sent him a dead fish.
What are you going to send him now?
Judge Terhune, Renee Jackson.
Here's your check, sir.
I believe I owe you a song. Well, I also wanted to tell you that I'm sitting here at Donatelli's alone, looking at a lovely bottle of '89 Cabernet, a warm loaf of French bread, and, well, there's only one thing missing. See you soon.
Hello?
It's me.
Oh, hi, you.
Do you think we should go out again?
Oh, I can't this week. I'm swamped.
Not you, me and Turk.
Oh, I take that to mean he didn't floss his teeth at the table.
Where are you?
Oh, I'm at the high school. You know, ever since the tornado, Davis's grades have slipped a little bit, and so I called a meeting with the guidance counselor.
Mrs. Sims?
I wish you were more excited about my date.
What do you want me to do, plan a bridal shower just because you're having a second date? We're not teenagers standing in front of the mirror checking out outfits anymore.
Right.
I gotta go.
I'm so glad you called, Mrs. Sims. Not a lot of parents do anymore. My office is this way.
We're not really worried about Davis, but you know, ever since the tornado, his grades have really sort of slipped, and we just want him to get back on track, you know?
Well, a lot of students have had difficulty with the aftermath of the tornado.
Really?
Dear God.
last story that I came out with Richie. I would have been in the hall where Ben fired most of his shots, but I had to stay late in chem class.
Good thing you're getting to see in chemistry.
And he could have been killed. He really could have been killed.
I can't believe this is Fillmore.
That left one student dead and 3 others injured. At the moment, the scene is very chaotic here.
Crazy.
Students are shaking.
I wonder who died.
Someone said it was Sally Nathan.
Sally Nathan?
Come on, we don't know that for sure. Hi, Renee.
Oh, my God, Colin, is everyone okay? Davis, where's Amy?
She's lying down in the bedroom.
I'm sorry, Renee. I forgot to tell Mom you called.
Honey, that's all right. Davis, are you all right?
Yeah.
Thank God they weren't hurt. Both of them were talking to the police all afternoon.
Is Amy asleep?
Trust me, she ain't sleeping.
Go on in.
I can't tell you guys how relieved I am that you're okay.
The country is in shock, astounded and confused. We ask ourselves who is to blame for these sudden...
Amy?
Yeah? Thought you had a date.
I canceled. I needed to see you. Are you holding up?
Okay.
What happened?
The name of the student who was killed is being...
I saw her, Dad.
At this time, all we know is that 3 students have been taken to Shepherd Medical. 2 are listed in critical condition. The student responsible for the shooting, Ben Saunders, took his own life at the scene.
Oh, my God.
There are now...
That was what happened. And I almost lost another son today because some teenager went crazy.
Hey, Shug?
Huh?
That was Glenn from the newspaper. He saw you on TV. Said he wants to meet with you tomorrow.
What?
Yeah, I told him you weren't feeling well. He called me in the morning.
Oh, that's unbelievable.
What do you think he wants?
I know what he wants. Blood. Some kind of eyewitness, action-packed headline crap, you know? Birmingham mom witnesses school killing. He started shooting. And all the kids started running, and I started running, and then this little girl, she kind of pitched backward and fell down, and there was blood everywhere. And every time I close my eyes, it just gets louder and brighter. I never want to see that again, Renee. I really don't ever want to see that. I don't want to see it again.
Then turn it off, Mary Elizabeth.
This is part of the problem, if you ask me.
Big bad media.
No offense.
Like it or not, you're part of us.
Not the frenzy, I'm not.
I didn't ask you to write about the frenzy. You assumed that all on your own.
Well, I don't think you asked me in here to do an op-ed on gardening.
I'm giving you free rein, Mary Elizabeth. You want to write about the family of the kids, if you want to write about the shooter, if you want to write about violence in the media.
No way do I want to write about the victims, and I certainly don't want to write about Ben Saunders.
Why not?
And say what? He was such a good boy. That's what they always say. He was such a good boy. Well, let me tell you something. Good boys don't murder their friends.
Let me ask you something. In the last 24 hours, you thought that Davis could have done this?
I think we've raised our son to know the difference between right and wrong.
I'll bet you $1. Every parent of every kid that's ever shot up a school thought the same thing. There's a profile on these kids. They're bullied. They come from single parents. Most of them get the guns from their own houses. If you want, write about that.
Why would I want to write about stuff that everybody already knows?
Then write something else. Look, Mary Elizabeth, I did not ask you to do this just because you were there. I'm asking you to do this because you're a wonderful writer. Now, if you have a problem doing this as a writer, then if nothing else, do it as a mother.
My mother wants me to do it, Emmy.
Even though she knows people are gonna make fun of you?
I beg your pardon, Mr. Niggerlock. Guess I didn't see you standing.
Hey, lardass, I dare you to come back here and say that.
It's not a lardass, Spaz. His name's Larry, and he's a hard, tight, stocky, center-forward guard or something. And he's also my friend. Renee Jackson for freshman class representative? They're never going to elect a colored student representative, especially not a black one.
You don't think I know that, Teresa?
And she's running anyway. She has courage.
She's got dreams for brains is what she's got. Come on, let's go finish my homework, Wally.
Hey, Sims. I thought you wanted to be on the baseball team.
Yeah, I better go, guys. I'll be late for class.
Friday's election is not a popularity contest. It's an opportunity for you to select the person who will best represent you to the faculty and other students. I know I am the person for that job. You hate it.
No, I really like it.
And me?
Yeah. I was just thinking how it seems like only yesterday we were stealing cigarettes from old man Justy's.
Wow, class of 72. It's hard to believe we're adults already.
Excuse me. Would any of you senior citizens like some cookies and milk?
Yeah.
Good. Because y'all had me worried there for a moment.
Thanks, Mom.
Hey, what do you say we get to school early, Mom? Put these posters up before anyone else gets there.
If you didn't let those bullies bully you, you wouldn't have to worry about anybody being there.
I think Collier means we couldn't get it all done if we waited until school started.
What Collier means is he wants to sneak around so he doesn't get caught.
Mom?
Hey!
What are you doing under my bed?
Oh, cleaning.
Are you going through my stuff?
Yeah, a little.
My socks?
I'm not looking for boy things, you know, private things that a boy your age might have.
What are you looking for?
Oh, guns, knives, plastic explosives.
Are you crazy?
I certainly hope so.
You don't have to worry about me. Ben Saunders was a geek, okay? He's always just trying to fit in and stuff.
Did you ever see people teasing him?
Maybe, I don't know.
Did you ever tease him?
Oh, so this is my fault.
Look, I know you've been teased, and I know how much that hurts you. What are you doing tonight?
Meeting some kids.
What kids?
Just some kids.
Well, I want you staying home tonight. Kelly and Johnny are coming for dinner, and I want us to all sit down and talk about all this.
I am not breaking the
Dogs
law.
are not allowed in the building.
Pippin is a seeing eye dog. And what's the worst this little doggy can do anyway? Chew on marble?
Ma'am, I don't believe you.
Muriel?
Renee?
It's illegal to bring dogs into the building, assuming that's a dog.
Pippin is a seeing eye dog. He can go anywhere. Renee, honey, tell this nice man that I'm blind.
Miss Jackson, I'm sorry. Dogs are not allowed in the building, and she's not blind.
Blind, blonde, same thing, Sam. Listen, that's my neighbor, Mrs. Maples, and I personally guarantee you that I will take Pippin down in a freight elevator. Bye, Sam. Muriel?
Are we alone?
Yes, we're alone. What are you doing here?
You know that vicious Fanny Carter across the street from us? The one who raises her blinds every time you bring a man into the house? Well, years ago, Muffin, you know Muffin, one of my rescues, beautiful little brindle and cocoa, purebred Australian chick. She made a teeny-weeny little midgy poo-poo in her yard. Anyway, late this afternoon, I let that nice UPS man in for a lemonade, and about 2 hours later, I noticed that Muffy was gone. So, that nice UPS man and
He was still there?
Well, he likes my lemonade, what can I say? Anyway, we combed the neighborhood to no avail. And then, that hateful Fanny stuck her head out the door and screeched that Muffy had evacuated all over her geranium bed, and that she called the pound and reported her as a stray. Well, they came, they picked her up, and they hauled her away. I mean, Renee, they took Muffy to jail.
So did you go down to the pound and get her?
Well, I tried. They were already closed. See, and then I remembered that you had this affair with a policeman not too long ago, and I thought maybe you could use your wiles and have him get her out. Hmm?
You know, I don't even remember the guy.
I do. Always wore black. Drove a black car, wore black gloves, black shades. Dude was weird. Paper said he was always listening to this rap group, 8 Ball and MJG, but that's not why he really went off. He was just crazy, that's all.
But that rap music doesn't help anything. It's all about bitches and hoes and killing and guns.
Guns. Hello? He got them from under his father's bed. Give me a break.
But that kid short-circuited long before he picked up a gun.
You had a gun, Dad.
Yeah, and you never touched it because you knew better.
May I be excused?
You haven't had any dinner.
I'm not hungry.
Eat.
You know, the school thought about putting metal detectors in a couple years ago. Maybe now they will.
Well, it's easy to slip a gun around a metal detector. That's not gonna do it.
Maybe if you're right about that, Mom.
I didn't say a word.
You know, we were all here when Glenn called last night. You're gonna do it, aren't you?
I'm thinking no.
I'm thinking yes. You were up all night writing in your journal. You might as well get paid for it.
That's different. That's personal.
Isn't that the best kind of writing? Personal?
Why are they screaming? The game doesn't even start for another hour.
It's called excitement, Renee. Don't you remember excitement? Come on. Go, Bama! Go, Bama!
Now, who are we supposed to be playing against?
Oh, you're kidding, right? You okay?
Yeah, it's just...
What's wrong?
It's my heart. It won't stop beating. Which is a good thing, right?
Renee?
It's just racing. I'm doing this on and off for a while.
Have you seen a doctor?
No, it's just stress.
Taking you to the emergency room.
I thought you had to work this morning.
I had to see you first, just to touch you and make sure that you're okay.
For the umpteenth time, my EKG is normal. I had a touch of hypertension, which is perfectly understandable considering it was only my second day and there I was sitting in my underwear in the emergency room.
You wouldn't lie to me, would you? Because I'm having a pretty bad time right now, and if something happened to you, I really don't think I could stand it.
I'm not lying to you, I'm fine.
All right. You have a little something to eat? I'm starving. And I have to tell you, I'm a little ticked off at you that you didn't see fit to call me until this morning.
Well, you didn't call me after the shooting.
Excuse me, I was in the police station being interrogated for 4 hours. What's your excuse?
I was in the hospital being poked, prodded, and probed for 3 hours.
Well, Perk did the right thing.
It's just humiliating. When was the last time you went out on a date and ended up in the emergency room?
Well, you'll have another shot.
Well, we're having lunch this afternoon. Here's hoping I don't have an aneurysm over dessert.
Well, if you do, please call me. These are excellent noodles. Are you done with these? I gotta go. I decided to write that column.
Good.
Well, I just kept thinking about all those mothers with all those kids and all those schools. And I think everybody's got a lot of questions, but we don't have any answers. And I thought the least I could do was to give us all a voice.
So where are you going to start?
At the very beginning.
That's Ben at his 5th birthday. He was always laughing like that. He was always smiling.
The last time I saw my 5-year-old, he was laughing too. And then I went inside to get a bowl of potato salad, and when I came back out, he drowned in the pool. That was almost 30 years ago, and I think about him every day. I know how hard this is. Thank you for coming over here.
Oh, it's okay. I needed to get out of there. The media is still on my front lawn. Sometimes I don't feel like I have the right to grieve because of what he did. And there are times, moments that I feel the other parent's pain more than my own.
Well, he was still your son.
After his mom died, I had trouble connecting with him.
How old was he when his mother died?
11. I don't know what I did wrong. Did I miss too many Little League games? Was I too soft on him? Was I too hard? And the guns, I had them in a box under my bed. Not a good that lock did, huh? I made a lot of mistakes.
My son tells me that Ben got teased a lot.
Yeah, he tried to talk to me about that. I think I told him to be a man. Toughen up. And I guess he did.
Did he talk much about school?
Some. Not enough. You were there, weren't you?
Yes.
You saw. Did you see him? What did he look like? Was he scared? Was he angry?
I don't really think that he even knew what he was doing. It almost seemed like he was at peace.
What?
Renee, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but Mrs. Sims called and she wants you to come over right away. Something about showing you something. I called Animal Control about Mrs. Maple's dog, and they said that she was accidentally put to sleep last night. So will you please call her and tell her?
I know what leadership entails, and I ask you to give serious consideration to the issues at hand. Stop. For Friday's election is not a popularity contest.
You wouldn't win that either, Jungle Bunny.
It's an opportunity for you to select the person who will best represent you to the faculty and other students. I know without a doubt that I am the person for that job.
You were great.
They tried to humiliate me, and I wouldn't let them.
I know. And Mr. Noonan wasn't much help, but you had such poise, such dignity. I was so proud of you.
Thanks, Emmy.
Oh, and Carter stood up and applauded. Did you see him do that?
What's up, man? Nigger lovers don't play on this school's team, Sims.
Get off me, man!
Larry, don't hit him. He's just a friend of my stupid sister's. Gee, thanks. Tell little Collier to stop it.
Little Collier would love to stop it, but little Collier didn't start it.
I'm warning you.
Ooh, I'm shaking in my boots for his head. Looks like your girlfriend's here to save your sis white ass.
Way to go. Do something, Molly. Stop it, all of you. This is Fillmore High School, an institution of higher learning and sock hops. There shouldn't be any fighting here. Don't say I didn't warn you. I mean, don't. Take this smart ass.
Kids today are more aggressive.
Some of them.
They're disrespectful. They challenge authority in a heartbeat. When I first started teaching, they weren't like that.
Oh, kids today are growing up faster than they used to.
Well, I grew up pretty fast. It didn't make me get a gun and shoot my schoolmates.
I've seen a lot over the years, but I never thought I would see something like this. One child killing another. And we do research and studies and tests, and we come up with a lot of theory, but nothing to stop it.
I know how to stop it. Metal detectors and random locker searches.
This is a learning environment, not a police state. That would only cause more tension.
5 students got shot in these halls. I say it's already tense. How do you feel about Davis coming back to school next week, Mrs. Sims?
Worried. Anxious. But then I feel that way every time I put him on the bus or in a car with somebody and pray that some drunk isn't on his way home.
Exactly. You can't protect them all the time, but we're supposed to do it 8 hours every day.
At least from other children with guns.
It's not just the guns. Look at the guy in Japan, killed all those kids with a knife.
Mrs. Sims, we don't have the answer, but something, I don't know what, is going on with some of our young boys. They're furious, either at us or the world, and they've decided for themselves what the answer is. And it's one shining moment of rage played out on a stage for all the world to see.
Why are they so mad?
They are not doing anything adults aren't doing. Road rage, office shootings, family massacres.
And we say they're not listening to us.
She was
devastated. This was her child.
Is she gonna sue?
I don't know. I'm meeting with her this afternoon.
Renee, do you think you should be eating butter? I mean, that much butter?
Can we not talk about my health during lunch? Hey, thank you.
Brother.
Hey, Jeff. What's happening, man?
Where's my C-note on the Bama game, Your Honor?
Right in my pocket where it's going to stay.
Well, hand it over.
Now, you realize this could get me kicked off the bench.
Not my problem.
Oh, excuse me. Renee, this is Jeff Burke, a doctor friend of mine. Jeff, this is Renee Jackson.
I bet on the Bruins, too. He hasn't coughed up a nickel.
Turk told me you had a minor arrhythmic episode the other night.
Jeff's a cardiologist.
Is he?
Actually, my office is right across the street.
Is it?
Hey, wait a minute. I got an idea.
Do you?
Why don't you let him check you out and run a few tests?
What a great idea. As luck would have it, my schedule's clear for the next hour and a half.
I'm very sorry, but I can't. I am meeting with a client right after lunch who's recently suffered a terrible loss.
The dog is already dead, Renee. I mean, don't you think it's time you start looking out for yourself first? See the doctor.
Are you getting off on this? If we ever go out again, are you going to want to dress up like a nurse or something? Turk. Oh, my. Muriel?
It's not fair. All Muffy did was grab Fanny's lawn.
I am so sorry. The people down at Animal Control told me that it was just a horrible, horrible accident.
Rear-ending somebody's bumper is an accident, and bumpers can be replaced. Oh, my God. You know, her feet smelled like corn chips. I mean, do bunnies' feet smell like corn chips?
Not exactly.
I really want to hurt them so badly, Renee. I mean, I really want to hurt them.
I loved Muffy, too, Muriel. You know that. And I hate to be the one to have to say this, but Muffin's demise...
Murder!
Yes. Was truly an accident. And maybe it would be helpful if you talked to them, heard their side of the story.
Have I been a good neighbor to you?
Yes, Muriel, you have.
And when Elston wanted to wring your mother's neck last Christmas, wasn't I the one to take him in until he cooled down?
Yes, and I have always...
And when you and Bill broke up, wasn't it my bottle of vodka that got you through that first night?
I only had 2 drinks that night.
I know you know people. And I want you to hook me up with someone who's going to teach Muffy's killer a lesson. Would you do that for me? Really is the neighborly thing to do.
Hey, careful of the paint, Mary Elizabeth. You're going to mess up the wall and we'll never get our deposit back.
Collier, do you think we fight too much in front of the kids?
We fight in front of the kids?
Fix it for me, would you?
Yes, ma'am. And no, I don't think we fight too much in front of the kids. I think we fight fair. At least I do, and I think that's a good thing. Sets a good example.
Well, it's a fine line. You always wonder if you're planting some kind of seeds of rage or something.
Oh, this is not a violent household, Mary Elizabeth. I mean, even when you want to kill me, I know it's coming from love.
Well, I'll be damned. Look at that, Collier. What do you see?
Bunch of kids.
What kind of kids?
Troubled, angry.
What else?
I don't know, Mary Elizabeth.
They're white.
Oh, okay.
They're all white. And they're all male. Don't you think that's interesting?
What did you tell your mom and dad about your eye?
I told him I ran into a doorknob. And I told Teresa I'd chop her hair off in her sleep, and she told on me.
But you shouldn't fight.
Why?
You're a girl.
Collier got beat up because he's your friend, not because he's a boy. And I'm your friend, too. So if all these bullies are going to beat up your white friends, well, then shouldn't they take a crack at me, too?
I don't think I'm going to run Emmy.
Huh?
Please don't tell me you're gonna let some silly old doll make you quit.
At least my friends won't get hurt anymore.
Oh, So you think dropping out of the election will make things change?
I'm not going to win anyway.
Renee, there's a difference between victory and simply winning. If you don't quit now, you'll know your own personal victory. But if you quit, the ignorant will win. I'm sorry you have to suffer so.
Yeah.
Me, honey?
Yeah.
You've been in here an awful long time. You okay? You know, the other day when I was looking through your things, you said something that had me a little worried. Do you know what it was? You were wondering if maybe any of this was your fault. Now, you know that none of this was your fault, don't you? Because Ben had big problems long before anybody teased him. You know that, don't you? There's nothing you could have done. It's not your fault. It's all right. It's all right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Renee Jackson. You must be Marietta Pryor from Animal Control. And this is Muriel Maples.
Muffin's mother.
Well, why don't we all take a seat? Now, the reason we're here this morning is because
It's because I want to vivisect you people. Either that or torch your homes while you sleep.
Muriel?
My attorney, however, suggests that I hear your side of the story first. So just skip the part where you say that you're sorry. Tell me what happened.
We're supposed to hold the animals for 7 days. Muffin came in on the 3rd, but the 10 on her card, well, it looked like a 1 because the 0 got smeared or something. So we thought that she'd already been there 2 days longer than she was supposed to be.
Muffin was killed by a typo?
Sometimes it's hard for me to sleep at night because I refuse to put them down without holding them, looking into their eyes, speaking softly to them. The hardest part is hiding the heartbreak in my voice. You sounding happy and reassuring. I don't want them to know how I feel.
Were you with Muffin?
I did my best, but she knew what was happening in her big sad eyes. So I kissed her face and her neck and her little feet. They smelled like corn chips. Did you know that her feet smelled like corn chips? And sometimes when I can't bear it, I take them home with me. I wish that I had taken Muffin. She was the cutest little black and white Agama. I'm sorry.
Thank God that's over. Any messages?
Yeah, Dr. Burke called. Says your lab results are back.
What's his number?
He didn't leave it.
Great. That must mean everything's okay.
Actually, he wants you to come in. He said he wants to talk to you about the results in person.
Miss Jackson?
Doctor?
Beautiful day, isn't it?
That depends on you. What have you found?
Nothing too serious.
Define serious.
Your cholesterol level is somewhat elevated, that's all. I want to adjust your diet, check it again in 3 months.
That's it?
That's it.
You couldn't have left me that message?
I like to talk to all my new patients in person.
I knew I wasn't having a heart attack.
But I don't want to alarm you. The highest incidence of coronary disease in African American women is in Birmingham.
Swell.
I also want to check your blood pressure and breathing again. So, get comfortable from the waist up. I'll be back in a minute.
You look comfortable.
Well, I'm not. This is just as close to the fetal position as I could get.
Want me to fix you a sandwich or something?
No, I'm not hungry.
You're kidding.
I'm just not feeling so great, that's all.
Well, you'll feel better once you hand that thing in to Glenn.
You think?
I know.
Why do people kill each other, Collier?
Man, you are really trying to figure out the meaning of life.
Yeah. I am. So tell me, why do people kill each other?
I don't know, Mary Elizabeth. Jealousy, greed, survival.
Jealousy, I get. Greed, all right. Survival, okay. Poverty, hopelessness, I get it. I don't see how killing another person is the answer for any of that.
That's because you're an emotionally stable person.
Well, that's a first.
I don't know, Mary Elizabeth. Violence is the way of the world. It's a horrible thing, but it's true.
Not on the table. It's rented. It's temporary. If Sally Nathan had known the other day when she woke up that it was going to be her last, what would she have felt? What would she have done differently? I feel like I've hardly even started my life, and I'm a hell of a lot older than Sally Nathan was. Why, I feel like I've only been on the planet like a day.
A day is all we have, Suge.
I know that. And I've always wished that I could live in the now. I've just never known when to do it, or how. I saw an old woman today. She must have been 80, and I thought, boy, she could die tonight. Then I thought, boy, I could die tonight. For Pete's sake, I was almost killed the other day.
You are not gonna die tonight.
But what if I did? I tell you, sometimes I look in the mirror and I can hardly believe what's looking back at me. I'm old and I haven't done what I wanted to do.
You still got a lot of fire in your furnace. You know that.
You want a grilled cheese or something?
Yeah. I'd like that.
Sometimes there's nothing else to do but eat. It makes you feel alive.
It's gonna be all right. It's all gonna be all right.
You're voting for Renee, right?
Yes, Mary Elizabeth, I'm voting for Renee.
Hey! That's not legal!
It's okay, Emmy. Please, don't start another fight.
You did great.
I lost.
Look on the bright side. You got 9 whole votes.
Wow. Me, the 7 other black students, and you. Hi, Collier.
Hey, Renee, is Mary Elizabeth here?
What do you want?
You know, I've been thinking a lot about what you said, Mary Elizabeth, and I'm not a wimp.
You didn't vote for Renee because she's black. How can you not stand up for something you believe in? Unless you didn't believe in it in the first place.
I believe in myself, too, Mary Elizabeth.
It's a cop-out, Collier Sims. That is a big, fat cop-out.
Does this mean we're not going for ice cream?
Did you remember to pick up some ice cream for me?
Chocolate fudge and peach.
I love you.
Is that your way of asking me to get you some?
Uh-huh.
What's in it for me?
Good night's sleep.
Chocolate fudge or peach?
Both. Just when we thought our city had known tragedy like no other, it came knocking on our door one more time. Knocking on our door. How many cliches can you use, Mary Elizabeth?
How's it coming?
Oh, can't tell yet, but it's coming. 'Cause I have learned one thing from all this, and that is just how lucky we are.
How so?
Kelly and Davis.
Knocking on our door. That's kind of a cliche, isn't it? And luck had nothing to do with Kelly and Davis, Mary Elizabeth. We were on them like a cheap suit. Davis came and changed his clothes without us knowing it.
Yeah, but even so, Kelly got pregnant. We didn't think that'd ever happen.
But our kids don't hurt people. Unfortunately, Kelly loved her Johnny a little bit too much, a little too soon, but she wouldn't hurt a fly.
That's a cliche. Wouldn't hurt a fly.
I still believe that if you keep your eyes open and really listen and really watch your kids, you'll see signs if they're getting screwy.
You know, most of the time when I work, I get all kind of jumpy and anxious.
And cranky.
But this time, I just find myself sitting here just kind of overwhelmed with gratitude, you know? I just feel so grateful for everything we've been through. Isn't that weird?
Muriel?
Renee, honey, I took your advice.
You did?
Remember when you said that I should start a rescue where animals don't get put down?
I don't think those were my exact words.
Well, when Marietta and Sam and I were having lunch, we came up with a brilliant idea. I am starting a rescue.
And I get to run it. We're calling it Muffin Maples Rescue, so Muffy didn't die in vain.
Catchy. And what are you doing here?
Well, I've always wanted children. I'm taking this little guy. I want to call him Renee.
So what's it going to be, Kulisha?
It's Lakeisha. And I just can't. My landlord doesn't allow pets.
Move. I'll pay your rent for 6 months.
Really?
How about you, Renee? Doesn't Buddy need a friend?
Oh, no, thank you. I'm strictly a one-dog woman.
I understand. Come on, Sam, let's go. He's taking me to every floor. I'm sure we'll find homes for these little guys before you can say, Fanny Carter, watch your butt. Come on, Morgan. Come on, Morgan. Let's go. We're going to find you a daddy. Here we go. Here we go, boys. Come on. Here we go into the elevator. Good. Give Mama a kiss.
I'm coming.
He published it all. Word for word.
Look in the mirror. That's interesting. Just when we thought our city had known tragedy like no other, it called upon us again last week. Oh, that's good.
Down, down, down. Read down to the last paragraph.
We search our souls for answers when all we really need to do is look in the mirror. Adults kill each other in this country every day. Why are we surprised when our children do it? We are a violent society founded on war. We've taught our children well. This is wonderful, Emmy.
Thank you.
Honey, what's wrong?
Nothing. It's great. It's great. Just, you know, one kid's dead and 3 are hanging on for dear life, and yippee for me, I'm published.
Listen to me. None of that is your fault. Hello? I hear Kalia. Hold on, she's right here. It's for you.
Honey? Hey, slow down. Whoa, 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 whoa. Glenn called. And he's offered me a weekly column?
Oh, my God, that's great.
Oh, what? Yeah, okay, yeah. Thanks. I will. Bye.
Congratulations, Emmy. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez, can I be excited for you at least? Think about it. This is your chance to make a mark on the world. Global warming, the Middle East.
Hair products, yeast infections.
This is a good thing.
Yeah, it's a good thing.